My goodness, hello everyone. Starting a few minutes late. I apologize about that. You know, sometimes it just takes a few minutes longer than you think it will. And anyway, I'm very glad to be here with you tonight. We actually have some sun here, which was not the case this morning. So smoke has moved out. Will it be back tonight? We don't know. It's all right. I think we're much happier if we just kind of live day to day, right? So we have a beautiful sunny night here. I even have the blinds open and hope it doesn't get too sunny for us. Hello, Anne, and thank you for sharing. Anne's so good about sharing right away. She and Pam, I think, kind of fight for first place on that. Pam, you got beat today. Sorry. Hope you're doing well, Anne. And to anyone else who's coming on, I see some people popping on. Your comments always come up after you get here, of course, right? So we are going to do some fun stuff. I'm going to play Chopped tonight with you. I'm going to show you, I'm going to play with the August envelope of Chopped goodies, and let's see what I come up with. And while we're talking about Chopped, I just want you to know that please go over to the website or the polling site that is listed on my Facebook page and the other 3 demonstrators page. There's a link that you go to, and then you get to vote. So I do believe it only lets you vote once, which is fair, right? But it's a little tough sometimes. It's hard to choose one. I heard that a couple of times this month. So everybody is really getting really good at this. Really getting good at this. And it's just so fun to see all of you playing with that stuff, okay? So I appreciate it so much, but we will be talking about Chopped. Jennifer, I am not at backstage tonight. Can you believe that? Jennifer, I am a silver level demonstrator, and I will have my time. Hopefully my time will be next year. Hopefully by this time next year, I will be a silver elite demonstrator with the help of my beautiful team and my beautiful customers and my own motivation and fun. We're going to get there. So thank you. And I think lots of our other friends, silver elite and above, are having a good time with an onstage event. That's just one of the great things about becoming a demonstrator, is that you can attend onstage, or you can attend Stampin' Up! Only events. So demonstrator only events, I should say. And yeah. So anyway, no shame in being silver at all. No shame in being bronze, for goodness sake. But you do, you sit at silver for a while. It's quite a jump to get from silver to silver elite, but totally doable, like I said. And I have every intention of claiming that prize for myself by the time the next backstage rolls around. So anyway, like I said, you all help me do that by just supporting the Stamping Zoo in all the different ways that you do. So speaking of that, the Stamping Zoo has some fall classes, and I would love to invite all of you to think about, you know, choosing 1, 2, or 3 to attend. You can attend most of them virtually or in person. Okay, so this is my stamp camp. These are the selection, or these are the cards that I made in my stamp camp a couple of weeks ago. So this is still available to people virtually. So I just send it out to you. It is $18, including shipping. You get all of the supplies to make the cards. I cannot send stamped images to you, but you will have the card stock in order to make all of the cards as designed. And then if you decide to use your own stamps or, you know, your own layout, that's completely fine too. It's for you to have fun with it. So again, only $18, which I think is a lot of fun for $18. So you can find the links to these things over at thestampingzoo.com if you go into events. And I believe this one isn't listed as online. Just choose one of the dates and you can register through there. And then I will know that you would like to do that. Now here's another little fun thing. I don't think I've showed you this, my friends. I believe I only shared this so far with my email subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed to my email, I would love it if you do that. And what your reward for doing that is that I post things there first. Usually always, I post things there. Sales, classes, I do exclusive content over there. So exclusive to you videos. Sometimes I will do classes or tutorials here without the measurements, just in the interest of time, but I will give the measurements over on my email subscription list. So please do that. I don't bombard you. I do a couple a week. Sometimes I'm silent for a week, but I usually do a couple of emails a week, and I try not to go on and on. Believe it or not, I can be succinct when I need to. And so anyway, I would love it. And again, you just go over to thestampingsoo.com, and as soon as you log in, a few seconds later, a purple like data box pops up and asks you if you want to subscribe. You just put your name in, your email, and then you should be good to go. So anyway, that's how you get to all of these things. Now this is a calendar class. So it's the 2022 calendar, and it's kind of hard to show this, but this is the desk version, and you get this acrylic stand, or you get the gold jump rings and your choice of ribbon to use for your hanging version. But you do not have to choose between one or the other, because you make both in the class, and you can make 2 hanging ones, 2 desk calendars, or one of each. So basically, it's about a 4-hour class, and it will be again in person or on my web or to go. It's really pretty fun and easy, and it's a beautiful gift, right? Who would want to have a fun little gift like this to give? I can guarantee you nobody else is going to give your friend a gift like this, or your mom, or your boss, or whoever. You are going to be able to just be really stand out in the crowd. Now it uses these this is a stamp set in the annual catalog, and it is genius. It is so interesting. It's a little wonky when you first get used to it, but once you figure it out, like once you stamp with it, I would say just a couple of times, you are off to the races. And then you can use this forever, because it's not, it's not for a certain year, it's for any year. So like I said, these calendars are for 2022, so for next year. So you can make a couple of gifts and then not be bombarded in October and November. You can focus on Christmas cards, and you'll have a couple of gifts in your stash already. This class is $45, again, for supplies. You can add this stamp set on for $60 total. So I take a couple of bucks off, and your shipping, I pay your shipping and tax on this, and it all comes to you in one bundle. Again, you will have everything. Let's see. I'm trying to think, like, is there anything you won't have? No, because you'll get the supplies, and then if you choose to add the calendar, or if you're a demonstrator yourself and you purchase the calendar yourself, there's really nothing else you need, because I think I can die cut everything. So anyway, it's a super fun, all-inclusive class. I worked on it last month, and I just was having so much fun with it. So anyway, if you are interested in this, again, pop on over to the Stamping Zoo. You can sign up for either, I think one of my days is full for the in-person class, but you can sign up for the 4th of September if you are local, or just choose the to-go option, and then I will package it all up for you. The only thing about the to-go option is you cannot choose this. You have to, I will give you the supplies for hanging calendars, and then of course if you want to go find, I'll give you the link for where I bought this, and if you want to purchase this separately, you can. It's cost prohibitive to send this, so it would probably cost about $15 extra to send this. So you know, I'm willing to do it, but I don't think you want to do that. So anyway, but the hanging calendars are great. I think they're probably a little more versatile. I definitely want the desk calendar for my office, but and there's even going to be a nice clean space on the back of each of these. So if you wanted to make this a bit of like a birthday calendar where you wrote, you know, special events on the back of the calendar for someone, like say my mother, she's kind of, I don't think she's bad at dates. She has more important things to do. Right? She's just got more important things to do. So, when I make one for her, I will write on the back of these. So anyway, I'd love to have you join this class. It's really fun. Like I said, I worked on it quite a bit, so I know that you're going to be able to complete both of the calendars successfully, and then make more if you want. You can go off on your own and make as many as you want. And I see KZ. Hello, KZ. She says Jennifer says you have the stamp set, but you're honestly a little overwhelmed. You know what? I was a little intimidated too. In fact, when I first saw it, I said, no, I'm not doing that. I don't think I could do it, and then I don't think I can teach it. But then, I don't know, something struck me. I was like, okay, I'm just going to put my faith in Stampin' Up! Because they don't make things that don't work. And sure enough, this is just the same. So I really encourage you to take a look at that class. You know I love to teach classes, and I would love to have you as a new or recurring class attendee, okay? So thank you so much. I will post the link about that tonight after the video, but like I said, if you are an email subscriber of mine, you have already seen the information, and enough of you have signed up that one of the classes is full, so yay. I'm going to stop and say hi to people. Hello, Darcy. You haven't bought it because you just didn't think you could figure it out. Well, you know what? You are the person that I'm challenging or inviting to take my calendar class. Now, I probably will work with it in a Facebook Live because I really do enjoy it. But one thing's for certain, if you go through the class, you'll definitely know how to use it for future years. And then you'll have 2 calendars made. So I hope you think about that, Darcy. I would love to get you signed up for that. And yes, everybody's just chatting and saying hello and talking about their levels. Good job. Nice. Oh, hi, Barb. Nice to see you. And Amy's popping in. Mary Ellen's back in Montana. Doing books during the timeout. That's very nice. Hello, Jill. All right, and there's Kathy. I know, Kathy, I didn't have a chance to put a notification up. Had a little doctor's appointment today, a little infusion appointment, so that came quicker than I thought it did, and I was working, and then I had to jet out of here. So, but you know, I made it. Yay! Okay, we are going to work with Chopped. Some of you may be very, if you're in the United States and you've played Chopped, you've gotten an envelope like this before from me. And it's so fun. It's like one of the most fun things that I do every month. And there's a lot of fun things I do. So, I had a couple of questions this time. Good questions. And it made me think, you know what? I think it's time for me to do another Chopped myself. Because I do have fun with it. They're really fun to make. And I don't always do it. I don't always have time to make them. So I thought, I am going to do this, and then we are going to go through and chat about Chopped. I will answer any questions that you have. I'll really be watching the comments tonight. So please let me know if you have any questions about Chopped or anything else. But I'm really going to just talk about Chopped here for the first part of our little get-together. And so I will talk about the questions that I can remember that have come to me, plus, like I said, anything that you post as we're going through. Amy asked, what is this paper? This paper is Peaceful Place. It is, you know, stunning. it speaks for itself, doesn't it? It's on page 36 to 38 of our holiday catalog. I guess we call it July to December mini catalog. Ooh, there's the stamp set. Okay, so it's an entire suite, so it has lots of fun products for us to work with. Let me start grabbing a couple of those things. I was looking for the ribbon. Can I find it? No. Did it fall over? Is it on the floor? Well, in any case, I know I have it. I know I have a couple rolls of it. But let's start with the other things. So the embossing folder is called Time Worn Type. We worked with this last week. Actually, when I showed you how to make this flower birthday card, it has nothing to do with Peaceful Place. Doesn't look anything like the suite. And so that's the cool thing with all the products, is lots of them just kind of interweave into each other, right? So that's the embossing folder over here. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This one has the timber embossing folder. Okay, even more versatile, right? I know where the Time Worn Type is from. Sorry, I've had that suite on my mind. So, all right, forget I said that. The timber is great, and same construction of the embossing folder that I just showed you. And we also have some really pretty sequins. I want to get these out. I've been wanting to use these on something. I did use them on a shaker card. So this is, again, this is one of the cards that you can make from my Stamp Camp class. And they just, look at those sequins in there. It's a beautiful combination of silver. It's kind of like brushed silver, shiny silver, and then almost a vellum, I think. Vellum sequin. Anyway, lots of iridescence and shine. So I love that. And then, of course, we have the beautiful paper. Let's take a quick look at that. It is 12 by 12, and of course I've been cutting out pieces of it. So this is the paper that I used in Chopped, and that we used in Chopped, I should say. There are 3 other demonstrators, and the way we do it is, just because of time and stuff, I make the initial choice. And then everybody either vetoes me or says, you know, they say yes or no. So, and then we work on it together like that. But I'm the one who kind of starts the conversation. And they went ahead with it this time, which of course I was happy with. You want people to like your combinations, right? You don't want them to roll their eyes at your color combinations. But look at this. Look at this paper. So this is, I believe this paper is $15 US. It's gorgeous. I think you can see why. One side of all of the papers are foiled, and then the other side just has these charming more scenes that some of them just go with the, some of them are very theme oriented, just like the stamp set, and some of them just look like anything you could use. I actually use this one sideways instead of as the trees, and then it just looks like, I don't know, some kind of a pattern. Here's a great one. Lots of different shades of diamonds in gray. So a nice set of paper to have, and I don't know about you, but I like this. I like this muted color combination. I think I kind of like, this is kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I think I like it because it goes with brights so well. It's a great backdrop for any of the brights, but you also don't have to use brights with it. Yes, you could just keep it as it is, okay? And lots of you did during Chopped. Some of you added bright colors with it, and some of you added no extra colors with it. And they were all really, really stunning. Okay, and then I should show you the stamp set first. Peaceful Cabin. So I think this is pretty distinctive. This one is, we were stamping it again for the shaker card I just showed you, and it's amazing how this window looks dimensional, and of course the porches look really cool. There's a tiny little fox. You can even cut out the fox. And of course, really nice sentiments. Sentiments that fit, you know, if you were making a Christmas card, but also sentiments that are still, you know, life goes on. It's not just about Christmas. It's about thank yous or birthday gifts or people getting, you know, recuperating from things. And so anyway, please think about this stamp set and bundle, or stamp set and dies, because it's really cool. Now here's the dies, and some of them are really funky, aren't they? That's because these three make slopes, and you can kind of interlock them. Now if we have time, I'll cut all of these and show you. But basically you can cut the cabin, okay? You can cut over the cabin and then have a snow slope. You can cut over the fox and have another little snow slope. And you can cut over some of the trees, this stamp, and then have a third slope. So you can make cards with lots of dimension. Hope you guys can see that. So like I said, we'll play with these dies just as much as I can. And I know, Delinda, the cabin is awesome. So then, in addition to being able to just stamp it and cut it out, there is this really intricate die. So look at the snow drifts on everything, and then look at this fence. Oh my gosh! Or this one is the stamped fence. So it's a couple of panels. Again, really clever, very, very clever. Finally, some. I think I would use this to cut out a negative space. And then some trees in different ways. These just cut out little spaces in the trees. Probably just be stamped this one and then die cut it. They probably look really neat. Neat's kind of my go-to word, huh? But it's true, they are neat. Okay, so let me put these back. I'm sorry to say, now, this was my fault. There is a die cut in this set that has a tiny fox in it that so you can cut the fox separately. Well, I got that out for Stamp Camp. I was a little too excited, and I jinxed them. I said, please don't lose this fox. And I put it on a Post-it. And I saw it for a long, long time, and then I didn't. And I didn't throw my trash away for quite a few days because I was going through it. You know how it goes. Do I want to buy a whole new set of dies just for the fox? I doubt it, because I think I can just cut it out, partially cut it out, and then cut the rest of it out. But anyway, my bad. Hello, Maxine from Michigan. Hello. I was just talking to someone today who visited their mother-in-law in Michigan, my nurse actually, and we were just kind of laughing because we started out talking about how beautiful Michigan was, and then she said, well, except for the bugs, well, except for the mosquitoes, and it's muggy. Anyway, and I said, so you never want to go back, is that what you're telling me? But you know what, I want to visit Michigan. I can't wait to visit Michigan. So we were kind of having a laugh. You know how it goes. Boise, Idaho is the same way. We have a lot of except fors. Okay, so here's what happens when you order, when you sign up for Chopped, right? I sent a couple of extra things this time, and I also took some stuff out. So let me get that. I wanted to try and make this look exactly like it looked, but I forgot I pulled something from this kit because I was going to use them. I want you to see them. It was one of the questions. Gosh, Lisa, where is it? Just a minute here. Hold, please. I told you I was getting medicine, right? It makes me a little wonky sometimes. I feel good. Just couldn't run a marathon or anything. So, okay, here they are. I thought I was going to put these away, but there were a couple of little extra things in your kits, the USA kits this time. And I actually wrote a note on the outside. So you may have noticed if you've gotten anything from me in the past month that I have some really cute little llama vinyl stickers, and they all look different. And I've been putting them in your packages, in your thank you gifts, if you purchase something for me, you know, like in your kits. And so you never know what I'm going to show up with for your delight. And so I've been putting these little, again, these cute little llamas in there. But then I got worried that you might think this was actually needed to be on the card. So I had to take all of these envelopes and write on the outside. The llama you do not have to use it. And no one did. Like, I was waiting for someone to use it. You know, I would have given you extra points. But I didn't, though, because nobody used it. Okay, so there are, in every kit, and let you know, I'm not perfect. Oh, look at that, after all that. In every kit, there should be instructions, the written instructions. There should be some embellishments, okay? There's usually some ribbon, but, you know, not always. We mix stuff up sometimes. There will be some DSP, okay? And there will be 2 pieces of cardstock. And then there will be a 3rd color of cardstock, usually in another shape. So we usually don't give you like 3 half sheets of cardstock, just to make it fun for us too, right? We don't want to just make it so boring. So this time you got a half sheet of black, a half sheet of white. Jill Peterson told me that this is not a color, but I will have you know, Jill, white is every color, okay? And Stampin' Up! Lists it in their basic colors. So Jill was trying to get sassy with me, but Jill made a beautiful card, so she can get a little sassy. I thought it was so cute, though. She was like, that is not a color. Okay, so anyway, then you got a piece of this 4x4 inch piece of this GSP. Oh, from Peaceful Place again. And, okay, so hopefully you guys can all see me. Of course, my internet's acting up on this side, but there we go. So we sent out our favorite piece of DSP. Isn't that beautiful? This wood grain, all in silver inlay or silver foil. And then, of course, you could use these. I don't know if anyone used just the trees. I'll have to check it out. Hello, Glenda. I'm glad you caught me live, too. And hello, Kathy Sanford. Ladies are just sneaking in. Okay, so these are the embellishments. It's oftentimes we send you just like 3 of the embellishments. And I'm not sure how the demos in the other countries do it, but I try to do this so you don't lose them. So they're usually on a Post-it, usually on a Stampin' Up! Post-it, okay, and then taped face down, because I don't want to put the tape on it, and I don't want them, if I just put the 3 in there, I think they just get stuck in the envelope and be done. So, and actually I had someone use part of the Post-it one time, which is super clever, right? That's why we do these things sometimes, see how people's minds are working. So then finally, as I said, you had about a 6-inch piece of ribbon. You would have also had, ta-da, a calendar of events, little paper copy. I don't want you to forget. And then also a half sheet of the rules. So let's talk briefly about what's on this sheet. You will get this in every kit every month, okay? So we tell you right up at the front what the cardstock colors are and who brought them to you. Now this month was a little odd. They were brought to you by the Chopped coordinators. We did not choose the colors from the winner in the prior month because we're changing this up slightly. And you'll understand why when I explain this. So in the case of this month, July's winner was, I believe, Fran Bull in Australia. And so Fran chose some colors, but we're not using those until the September's kit. We are doing that because we were rushing around. We just didn't have enough time to plan all of the extra, all of the kit supplies at the end of the month, right when someone gave us the color combos. We were trying to like turn it around in 24 hours. And with 4 countries, or basically even with 2 countries, that's never been easy. And so actually Helen in the UK was like, well, why don't we just do this? And I thought, brilliant. So you will see that when you win Chopped, your colors will be featured 2 months ahead. So you'll skip a month. You'll still get the following month for free, but then your colors will be included in the envelope 2 months after you win. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And so anyway, we were left with an empty month. Right? We didn't have a winner for this month because we were starting our new process. And so we got to choose the colors, which I absolutely love. I've been wanting to choose the colors. And I've also been waiting for someone to choose black and white. Like, oh my gosh. I thought it would be I just thought it would be like the first color. And it wasn't. That's so funny. Kathy, you're cutting up a giant kohlrabi for your son. You know what? I have knowledge of kohlrabi. They're kind of a cruciferous thing, kind of like probably related to cabbage and stuff, but they're not leafy that way. The part you eat isn't leafy. Anyway, they can be big. They're kind of tasty though. I haven't had one in years. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so I hope that explains to you kind of how we change this up. Okay, then of course you get the list of all of the card ingredients that we used, so that if you love this DSP paper, I want you to be able to go right over here and order it right away. You don't have to look in the catalog. Just grab your instruction sheet, etc. As well as I made this circle from the layering circle dies. Here's the ribbon. Okay, here are the embellishments, and then of course the cardstock. Now the rules are at least some of all of these supplies need to be included on the front of your project. We say project because it could be a wall decor piece, it can be a 3D piece, or it can just be a standard greeting card. But they all need to show up on the front of your card somewhere, because you only get to send me one picture of your submission. That's because we have a lot of people playing, so everybody gets one picture. They can't have, some people would have 5 and some people might have 1. No, we're just trying to make it all the same, all even, so everybody gets one picture, okay? So that's why you need to show us that you've used everything in that one picture. You can also add any current Stampin' Up! Items to your projects, right? Like Peaceful Cabin. No paper pumpkin items though. We are keeping this all current. Current also means pre-orders. So sometimes we have a month where demonstrators can choose items from this catalog, like demonstrators could order in July. You can use that in July's Chopped kit. You just can't use retired things and no Stampin' Up! Or no paper pumpkin. Okay, so then it tells you just what I said. You can create a card, scrapbook page, 3D project, home decor, or other paper craft. It's up to you. If you could photograph it, you could make a mobile if you wanted to. Only one picture of your project by the 24th of the month. And so it's the end of the 24th. We have to have a deadline, right? Again, we have a lot of people participating, and the 4 of us are all busy with other things as well as Chopped, and so we all need a firm cutoff. So sometimes I will take stuff the morning of the 25th, but it just depends on what Jen, it depends on Jen's schedule, because Jen is the one who gets the polling site ready. And then everyone, or the winner, receives their next month's kit for free, chooses the 3 cardstock colors to be used in a subsequent month, and receives a winner's badge. The badge is electronic. It's not like something that you sew onto a sash, okay? But it should be, but it's not. So, and then of course, if you have any questions, you ask one of the 4 of us. And these are also the emails that you will use to send your projects, the pictures of your projects, to us. Now, there are a couple people that just because of my internet firewalls or their internet firewalls, I have trouble receiving emails from them. If that's the case, you already know that. You already know, that we're having trouble. And so I get it from you through Messenger. But otherwise, please email it. And it's great if you even put chopped in the subject, because then it really helps me to make sure that I don't miss it. So with that, let's see what I can create. And you know what? I haven't thought a thing about it. So, which is kind of good. It's kind of like I'm really participating, right? But you know what? I think I need a little help. So let me go back over here and look at some of the things they made, because I think I might need just a tiny bit of help. Oh, look, you could even make a cookie holder. Now, you have to use Stampin' Up! Products, right? But we have products for all of this. So you could make a cookie holder, and I think that's going to be, or a Christmas tag, or, something like that. That's going to be coming up for sure. So keep that all in mind. They even have, what is that? Oh, those are cookies too. Cookies are big in the catalog. Cookies are big in my life, so that's fine. I can take that. I can live with that. Okay, so I have an idea of something I want to add. One moment, let me grab it. And I'm not going to add a lot of different things, though. I think I have a good set of stuff over there. Let's see. Come on now. Where are you? Oh, brother. Sorry, ladies. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, my gosh. Come on now. I have a lot of supplies. Oh. Where is it? Is it here? Okay, here we go. Brother. Didn't think I was going to make it. So I think I want to add some of those iridescent snowflakes. No, wonderful snowflakes. That's what I said, right? 24 in this package. This is in the Whimsy and Wonder suite. Thank you so much for sharing, Kay. And you know what? You said you're late, but you are excused because you shared. So thank you. Okay, Whimsy and Wonder, page 24, 25. Also a really cool suite. Oh my gosh, I will be making cards, or I'll be designing cards for my holiday Stamp-A-Stack with this one for sure. Okay, so anyway, these are the snowflakes that I just showed you. You get 24 of them for $6. That's the deal. And again, like, when are you not going to use snowflakes? They're iridescent. I think they're going to fit in with the rest of our supplies quite nicely. And they might be like just a really neat background focal point or something. I think I'm just going to use one. And I'm also going to make just a card. I'm primarily a card maker. Not that I wouldn't step out and do something else like calendars, right? But I am primarily a card maker, or card maker. I forgot what I was. I know Raw is the snowflakes. They're so beautiful, aren't they? I kind of like them. I have 3 packages because, again, I know they're going to be used in my class, and I was just like, I got to make sure I get those. They're so pretty, and they're going to go with everything. Of course, they go with the suite that they are included in, but they go with everything. You could even put some on some calendars if you wanted to. Okay, now this, I need to consolidate. Because look, I just have a few little sequins left. Nobody wanted to be the person to take the last sequence at class. They were kind of like the last cookie, apparently. So that's okay. I can use them. One of my little ladies she wouldn't put very many in there. She said she said they were so fancy. She didn't want to waste them. And so I took this thing and I shook them down in her card. Oh my gosh. She's my same little lady who wants me to save scraps of paper that are like 2 inches wide or that have a really weird shape cut out of them or something. Like, oh dear. You have no idea how crazy my life would be if I kept stuff like that. I like to upcycle and use a lot of things over, but, you know, I kind of have a rule on saving scraps of paper. There's a visual rule. There's certain minimal size, or if they look really weird, like they're going to get snagged and everything, I don't keep them. So I don't keep every piece of paper around here, believe it or not. Okay, there we go. This, and of course we have to use at least one of our cool little embellishments. These are the Silver Epoxy Essentials. The whole thing is called Clear and Silver Epoxy Essentials, and they're really cool. So it's the 2 different finishes and 3 different shapes, which is really nice. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see here. Now this isn't thick white, but I think I want to make my card out of it. Or no, maybe I want to make my card out of black. Now, is this what you guys do when you're making your chopped things? Do you change your mind a lot? I'm feeling like I will. Let's see here. Let's see what I come up with. And also, as I'm working on this, feel free to give me any directions you think I might need. Now, just follow Kathy String's lead. When she wants me to see something, she puts it all in caps and sometimes puts an exclamation point at the end. And you know what? I see it. My eye just like jumps up to it. So if you guys want to make sure I see your ideas, you can do that. You can't all do that, or then I won't be able to see it again. It'll just be like, you know, it'll all fade together. But, so this is going to be our cute card base. And I'm sure I will add something on the inside, maybe gray granite. I'm not sure yet. You know, I hate to use just white on the inside. We can be a little more creative than that. I mean, Stampin' Up! Has 50 colors, for crying out loud. So we can do better than just white on the inside of every card. Okay. Let me see how this looks in gray granite, actually. I want to see. Okay. Now, one thing I want to do with this is all of my ink pads are pretty juicy right now. I want to settle the ink a little bit because when I'm using this stamp, it's distinctive. And so I want to get the best impression that I can of it. And sometimes with distinctive stamps, they show up better for you if the ink pad isn't quite as juicy. This obviously was a new set. I haven't even used all of the stamps yet, because why would I? It's not like I have to work through all the other beautiful things I have. Let me do this. I'm only going to do this one time. I don't like them to be sticking over there, but I don't like them to stick on the back either. I like them to be face up like this when I put them in here. So, and a lot of you know this. I posted a video on YouTube, I don't know, a month or so ago. And so I use backing paper from products that I receive from Stampin' Storage. And then I take the shiny side of the backing paper. So this is backing paper. It's like what your glue dots come on and things like that. I take the shiny slick side and I just put this down on my stamps, on my cling stamps. And then that way they don't cling to anything that I don't want them to cling to. And then it just peels back. So they get put to bed, and then I don't have to keep peeling them off of things. Okay, I should move this stuff, right? Because if I'm really pretending that I'm playing Chopped, if I ruin my supplies, I might not have more. I mean, we all know that's a bald-faced lie, but let's pretend I don't. Okay, so I want to take this credit card. It doesn't have any money on it. It's just kind of cute. And work my ink down into the ink pad. Now it'll come right back to the surface because that is the way these ink pad holders are designed, right? They're designed to have your ink come to the top, which is where we want it most of the time. But as we get more and more distinctive stamps, I think I need to back off on inking my ink pads so fully, because it's not always what I need. Okay, you could definitely put this on the Stamparatus if you wanted to. I'm going to try it in the gray granite. If I want it darker, I'll use basic gray. But for right now, let's just use the gray granite. Ah, it's awfully brown. Okay. Against the other colors, I should say. See, I'm not loving that. So, easy enough. Now I'm going to use the basic gray. And actually, I'm just going to turn this over and stamp on that. Where'd that credit card go? Okay. So, oh yeah, that's a very inky pad, which is good. Okay. I'm going to press it down there. And does anybody else have Peaceful Place bundle? Or Peaceful Place. Might be called Peaceful Cabin. Do anybody else have this bundle? Have you played with it a lot yet? Seems like it'd be really early. You'd be way more organized than I am if you've played a lot with this. Oh, so cute. Look at that. It looks like you could walk right in the door, huh? Very fun. You could also use some shimmery crystal effects. Don't forget about this, because once you buy this, you kind of have it, right? Till it dries out several years later, but it's in the annual catalog. Shimmery crystal effects. Easy to just add to another order. And anyway, you can put that on there. It just takes a long time to dry, so we are not going to use it tonight. Oh, Kathy, you just ordered it today. Oh, aren't you glad I'm using it then? Isn't that fun? I like that. When I order something during the day and then another demonstrator uses it, I'm like, yeah, that's because she knows good style. We have the same, I'll be like, hey, Donna Gray and I have the same stamp set. Look at that. I don't know where I'm getting stuck on that. There's like this little tiny part there that was grabbing the ink. Anyway, you don't need to do that. That's just my obsession. And that is going to be really pretty. And I am going to cut it out with the slopes because I want to show you about the slopes anyway. So what better way to do that than to just start cutting some of these things out. We're also going to stamp those beautiful trees. And we need this big block. Okay. Now I am going to, I don't even think I've stamped these yet. Ooh, how exciting. Let me see their die cut first. I feel like I can go over to the left quite a bit. Look at that, you guys. Bringing it up so you can see it. Look at them. I love them. Wow. Snow-covered cedars. Or some really big poofy pines. Poofy pines. Yes, exactly. That's the love. I just saw the love going by. I love them too. Okay. Let's see. If I take a look at this, I think I can also get the little foxy in on this thing. I might have to use an extra piece, which is allowed. I might have to use an extra piece of white, right? But that's allowed. You can add stuff, current stuff. Ooh, that's close. That might be really close. I think I'm actually going to cut the house out first and then the trees. And then why don't we cut the fox out? Let's put the fox over here. Okay. We're doing the fox because the fox is so small, but its detail is so impressive. Look at it. And it looks just like that. You can actually see its mouth when you stamp it. But it's like smaller. It's like the size of a dime. I'm telling you, they are wizards. Stampin' Up, you're wizards. I don't know how you do it, and it doesn't matter. I don't need to know that part. Okay. So again, smaller the stamp, the lighter the touch. So don't mash this thing into your ink pad. It's just going to be a big blob. You're not going to be able to see the face at all. And then light touch over here. Don't make out with it. Oh, it's so cute. Now, if I saw a fox in real life, I'd probably run off like, you know, a nerd, scaredy cat. But not this one. Look at that. Is that adorable or what? Let me try and hold still and let you look at it. Yeah, so all of these stamps, look at that. Who is not going to appreciate a card that has these kind of elements on it in the winter time? I love it. Okay, let's get to work. Wasn't it Delinda that says she loves this cabin? Yes, Delinda, we're using it. Delinda, aren't you in Australia? Not that it doesn't snow there, but does it snow in where you live? I don't know that we've ever talked about where you live. And I mean, look, I don't know, like, I know basically it snows in Tasmania and it doesn't snow in Sydney. But other than that, I don't know the area very well. So you can really tell me anything you want. I'll believe it. Okay, I'm going to die cut this really quickly. And actually, I'll just bring it in and let you see it, right? Let's see how the sausage is made tonight, so to speak. So yes, this takes up your screen a little bit, doesn't it? But, you know, one time when I was little, I had this weird area that I would play. I played house, basically, but it was dirt. You know, it was outside. I just made it up. I was an only child. I was always making up stuff. Anyway, so this was a little area that I would play in, and it was behind a big barn. And I lived kind of in the country, I guess. I mean, I lived in Emmett. It's all country. But one day there was a fox back there, a little fox. I was only in probably first grade. So I ran in, told my mom, oh my God, there was a fox back there. She goes, are you sure? You know, this is like a mom thing, right? Are you sure? I think it was probably a dog. I go, no, it was a fox. I don't know why they didn't listen to me. I was a very intelligent child. And so then anyway, she told my stepdad, I don't know, I don't remember when. Maybe it was the same day, but she was like, Daryl, you need to go out there and check it out. Go see what's going on. And he's like, all right. You know, he acts all like lackadaisical about it. Then he comes back in. Oh my God, Stephanie, there's a fox out there. Yeah, okay. Didn't I just say that, people? Oh, sorry you lost me, Leslie. Yeah, but I was like, hello, listen, just open your ears, adults. And then, I mean, you'll be glad to know. Then my mom was like, don't play out there for a few days. And it went away. That's what we do. We don't torture animals. We let them have their space. And then, you know, it was fine. It was all good. Oh, that's so cute, Kathy. You know what? Gracie looks a little bit like a Spitz kind of dog. You know, like a Nordic kind of dog. And I don't remember if you told me what her breed is, but she does have that little foxy look. Okay, so what you have to do on this is, because I'm not cutting it out on the edge, I'm using this just one piece of paper, right? That 1/2 sheet of paper, is we have to cut, we need to cut it away from the paper on the left and the right. And this one I'm not going to worry too much about because we will even it up when we make it into the card. But for right now, we'll just cut it off like that. And then see over on the right, it makes a cool little slope, and it even cuts out in between, oh my gosh, in between the posts on the porch. Brilliant. Okay, now this is going to be a small slope, right? I don't know. It might be too small. We'll cut it out and see if we like it. If not, we can make another one, right? Yep. And little fox. So I don't know, obviously, well, not obviously, but I've never been as close to a fox as that time. And it probably said the same thing to its mom, right? Duh! A human! Its mom said, get in the house, stay away from those guys, they're bad. She's a Chihuahua and Pug mix. Long-haired Chihuahua. Man, that's an interesting, I would not have guessed that. Not that I'm like a dog expert, but wouldn't have been on my radar. Cool. I love that dogs can look like a million different things, right? Okay, Kathy Sandberg, you have a fox living in your neighborhood. Oh, I want you to see it, unless you don't want to. I don't know, but you do live out in the country. You know what? I mean, if my mom were watching this right now, she would not believe I'm saying this, but I kind of want to live out in the country right now. I don't know. Is it just a phase? I'm not like packing my bags or anything. First of all, I'll probably never leave my house. I got it just the way I want it. And it's very convenient. But I just, I just feel like a little bit escapist. Like, I've got the good internet. As long as I have good internet, I could just like still see my stamping friends and then live out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe not exactly the middle of nowhere, because then I'd be like, oh my God, I can't go to the grocery store. What? Oh. Okay, let's take this away for now. So this is kind of how I create. I certainly don't get all the pieces cut at once. When I'm first working on a design, I'm back and forth. You can get whiplash watching me go back and forth between stamping and die cutting, I'm sure. So now that we have these slopes, let's see how they might fit together. Oh, so pretty. So, because of the way these slopes are cut, like you don't have to cut it that way. You could cut it on nice full paper, right? But this one might have to go like that. And then this little one can maybe go over to the right this way. Or maybe just down here. And we'll fix this side. Oh, you do want to see it. Yes, I would want to see it too. I mean, just a glance, not to like scare it or anything. Let's see if I can make a smooth transition on this slope. Or is this thing going to look like I did it with a bulldozer? No, it doesn't look like a bulldozer. It looks pretty good. I think let's see. I'm going to leave it that tall for now, but we might take it down a bit. So you could also add the fence. Remember there were those fence pieces? Oh, so fun. Okay, so we have that. We also have this. We have to do something with this. I don't know that I want it all. That looks pretty disco. Really what I want is, and we have to use that. Brother, this is like the real Chopped, right? Where you go, wait, what? I can't use all this stuff. Let me see. I really just kind of want to use that. That's so pretty. And I would like it to have some white flecks in the, or the sequins in the background. So let's go with that. Let's give that a whirl, but we're not going to glue anything down. Now I want to use some dimensionals and put these things together. You wouldn't have to use dimensionals on this though, especially if you were trying to cut down on shipping, or if you were trying to use regular first class postage or something like that. You wouldn't have to. You could just glue them right up on each other and they would be fine. That would work too. Look at this. Look at me. I did take the easy road. Yeah, okay. I need some more, I think, over here. Let me see this thing. I'm not going to cut it first because I don't want to be limited. Should I cut something wrong, then I'm limited, right? So it's going to have to go like that to spread across the whole thing. And then I have to bring this up right there. Okay, and we're going to want it more down this way, so we can have our huge snowflake. Okay. So one thing I saw is that we want to cut this thing off. Actually, I want to get even closer because that's going to be back behind the house, right? Also, this needs to be smoothed off a little bit. Just these things are all going to get put right about here. Yeah. Okay. So the other thing I can do then is I can definitely cut some more of this off and get it out of the way. I'm not going to cut the left and the right side, right? Because I want to be able to trim that at the end so that it's not too short like high water pants, should that happen. Okay, and then this in general is going to be there, and then we're going to take a little Foxy, and Foxy is probably going to stick right here. Now that I see that, I think I want to cut this piece just a tiny bit. So I know you can't see this, but I'm just putting the fox onto my paper trimmer. And I hope you have our paper trimmer because you can hold things down really close, you know, and just like trim them really slight. So that looks good. Okay. Well, now that everybody, you know, that is on here is talking about their fox encounters, I feel a little left out. I'm sure that we've got them around here though, because I live close to the river and also people post it, of course. In fact, somebody on Nextdoor, you know, do you guys have Nextdoor? Anyway, somebody on Nextdoor posted a video of a cougar or something like that. I was like, can you please, like, I am just someone that believes you should just leave the wild animals alone because we're encroaching on their space enough. And so they were like trailing this poor thing. And I was like, can you just not leave that thing alone? So I didn't say that, but you know, I was thinking about it. Okay, what to do with these? I don't want them to steal the show, but I think I know what I can do. First of all, I need to bring my eraser in, my sand eraser, because this has a tiny bit of, like, maybe I was holding it with my hand, had a tiny bit of, looked like glue or, I don't know, miscellaneous stuff. There. I'm going to put my sentiment on this, and it's going to be small. So I want to, of course, Grab my stamps. Now I can grab another stamp set as long as it was a current stamp set. But I want to use this one because I love it. And I am going to use the thinnest one we have, which is for you. Here we go. For you. And then it also has, I don't think we're going to use it, but it has this cool, like, I don't know. I always think this looks like a little flurry, right? In the sky. You could stamp this and then stamp this on top of it, and I think that would make a really cool combo. Not for right now, though. Now, listen, don't lose that, okay? I already told you what happened to the die cut, so don't lose your fox stamp or you will be sad. Because the die cut is nice, but not essential. Okay. So now I am going to stamp in the middle of this circle, but then I'm going to trim it out really close. And if I wanted to play it safe, I would have stamped like up on the side, but you know, you always have the back side of the paper should it not work out. And that is a beautiful stamp, just like everything else we're working with tonight, isn't it? So cute. Is everybody else having good reception? I guess if you're not having good reception, you can't really tell me, can you? Darn it. Well, I hope you are. Even you ladies way over in Australia. Okay. Again, I know I'm off screen, but I will get there, I promise. This is kind of difficult. I should have cut a strip out first. In fact, I may have to do that. It's kind of hard to size up a circle and cut it properly. Who thought that was a good idea? Okay. So, and also, actually, let me cut a piece of this GSP. And I think I'm going to use like, between 1/2 and 3/4, whatever that is. Yeah, okay. So my plan is I'm going to use some. I'm just not using all that. That'll have to be on some other project. Okay, let's see if I can size this baby up now. Hi, Julie. You're a lot late. It's okay. We're playing Chopped. Actually, I'm playing Chopped. Nobody's given me any suggestions, so I guess they're okay with what I'm doing. I'm just going to take that as you're okay with it. Oh, darn it. I knew that was getting too short. It's okay. I still have some. I just need to cut it thicker. Hello, Cash. How are you doing? Yes, is Mom being really crazy in here? Yeah, she is. It happens. I don't know why he would think, oh, I know why he's here. You guys, I got smart last week. I brought some treats in here. Cassie, do you want a nighttime snack? Sorry, we have to pause to give the nighttime snacks out. Go tell Tango. He's like, forget Tango. He's on his own. There you go. Come on, Tango. Snack time. There you go. Okay, I feel like a good mom now. I feed my babies and keep crafting. Oh gosh. They're so dependent on that, I tell you what. Especially Cash, because he's a bad little naughty dog and he doesn't eat dinner a lot. He's like, no thanks. I'll just wait until I'm super hungry and bother you. Okay, that looks a lot better. Again, of course we're going to cut this on the bias because, like, don't be silly. That's what we do here. Yeah, it's trimmed out about as small as it can be, really. And then let me see this one. That's going to look really funky because I cut the pattern down so much, right? I kind of like it. Okay. Let's do a little bit of glue on this. And then we will trim this out the same way. Oh yeah, tricky, see? So that was the circle that I sent, but It doesn't need to still be a circle by the time you send it in to me. In fact, now I look at these entries to make sure, right, that everybody's working. We want to work on the same playing field. I'm not trying to be punitive, but I want to make sure that everybody has the same rules. So I will follow up with people. And sometimes, my point is, sometimes it's hard for me to tell because they've transformed things so much. Like, I mean, okay, I shouldn't mention a name. There's one that is so transformed this time that I had to ask the person a couple of times, like, where is this thing? And then when they told me what they did with it, I was like, what? I know you can't see my face, but just imagine like a crazy face. And anyway, I thought that definitely won the Clever Award. And it just kept going, right? Some of them were so bright and cheery that I couldn't imagine that this color combo was in there. But if you looked at it, it was in there. It's a very, very fun thing for me to do every month, is to administer the US piece of it. So fun. Okay, I think we have a lot of pieces and parts now. We are going to use this. We're adding this, right? We've used our white paper. We've used our DSP. We've used our silver circle. Oh, we haven't used our ribbon. And, oh, we have to use our embellishments. Those little diamonds. Here they are. Easy. That one's easy. We can do that. Can I tie this small enough to make it a bow in the middle of the snowflake? Oh gosh. How nimble are my fingers? I don't know. Uh-oh. Come on now. And I want it to be teeny. This is kind of like, it's just going to be a tiny little bit of sparkly. Sorry, you have to watch this. It's probably painful, but I know you're thinking I can't, and so that is why I will. The only thing on me that's small are my fingers, so comes in handy. There we go. I would have made a horrible piano player, but you know what? I can paper craft. Okay. We're going to make it smaller. Just pull on the tails. And with this kind of ribbon, you don't have to worry about it folding in on itself. It's got enough body that that's not going to happen. I just want it to be super tight, actually. So, oh my gosh, this is the cutest little bow. You know, if you just keep fiddling with it. Hey, what are you guys doing back in here? Didn't you already eat your stuff? You ate your stuff. It's all gone. Mom needs to have a snack now. So, of course I do, because, like, I'm not crazy. And then they're always like, oh, well, we want a snack. You know, and I give them the, hey, you already had your snack. And they look at me like, are you serious? You gave it to some other dogs. We didn't have a snack. Nice try. They're smart, though. They are smart. Okay, I'm going to glue this down flat. Okay. Am I seeing comments? Do I have comments? Are you guys sleeping? Did you go to sleepy? Well, that's all right. When you wake up, I'm going to have this card made. But if you remember, you could hit the like button and let Facebook know that we're still alive here. That would be good. Oh, I love that glitter and glam. So cute. I think this is where we want that. You know, I'm just eyeing it. What, Cassie? No. You're done, bud. You're done, bud. Oh, gosh. I came close. Came close. Got really close to being too short, but that's okay. Oops. Come on now. This definitely needs some more. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm going to be out. I got to start a new sheet. The thing is, though, I don't wait. I just grab one. I know that drives some of you crazy. And so I'm sure I have one over here that's partially opened. What are you doing? You had your snack. You get no more snack from me right now. Okay? Sorry. Here, let's give him this. I give him this. He thinks it's fun. Here's your snack. There you go. Eat your paper. Good boy. I usually just give him the paper. He doesn't care. He thinks anything I gave him must be tasty. Okay. Right now, get these guys going. Whoops. Come on now, work with me. I hope I didn't go over the left and right margins, but if I did, it's okay. I can just trim it with the dimensional in there. No big deal. Okay. You could also do this on our shimmer white. Actually, I just thought about that. That would be so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna, let's see, I need some white paper to look at this because I want to see right where the black, like I don't want to take this down much further than I have to. Okay. So sometimes when you're doing that, you need to have a contrast here. So we got that. Perfect. Okay. Now let's bring the little foxy in. So yeah, now I'm liking, actually I'm going to trim this now so I can see. I want the fox to be right on the bottom. But this will not be a problem. See, I did bring my dimensionals out a little past, just a half a dimensional past, which is actually kind of perfect. Because you want things to be adhered on the outside. Oh, I love it. This is so fun how these cut with the slopes and just kind of like fit together so perfectly. Okay. And this guy, I don't know if we're going to put this up on dimensionals. I think we might. Yeah, why not? Live a little, Lisa. Come on. We do need the minis, though. We need the minis for this one. Because the fun thing about the dimensionals is you don't want to see them when you're using them. It's just held up there as if by magic. Thank you for sharing, Donna. I appreciate that so much. You're a good little sharer. Yes, the sky needs something. Remember, the sky is going to have the snowflake. What do you think about that? It's going to have the snowflake and it's going to have some of the sequins. Are you on board with that, Roz? Or do you think no? We're going to make the sequins, you know, stand in for stars. FYI, when you are working on Chopped, your card does not need to have all of these layers. I'm just having fun with it, right? You can spend as much or as little time on it. In fact, I sent it to someone the first time she got it. I think I made a mistake on the mailing or something. And so she ended up getting it like the day before it was due. And, you know, I had told her, like, we can hold it for a day for you or whatever. I think she turned it around in like 2 hours. She was like, you know what? I did it. I was like, okay, you're a rock star, first of all. And so if she can do, you know, like you could take 2 hours or you can take 2 days. I don't care. And I don't think that it is going to make any difference as to whether or not you're just voted the favorite. I don't vote, in case you're wondering. I don't know that I couldn't, you know, I'm sure that's fine. But I feel like I want to put this, I'm not quite sure yet where I want to put that. I know that I want to put this over in the corner, so let me put this. Then we've got that sentiment, and I have to put it down because I don't want to be disqualified for not using all of the supplies, right? It'd be kind of silly if I had to disqualify myself. Now these are not self-adhesive, but it's okay because if you just drag your mono glue like that, it just falls really easily onto that. And that will dry, not too bad. I don't want to touch it too much. Let's see here. Let me do it like this. Let me just give it some pressure like that. Okay, and then actually, you can see a few little spots where some glue came through, so I like to take the sponge, give it a little once over. I think that either gets rid of it or kind of disperses it. And actually, if you have any big spots, just wait for it to dry and then come back with that sandable eraser and it will just peel right up. Okay, now glue dots are a girl's best friend. Especially for this organdy ribbon. Ooh, it's adorable. I want to put it in Tango's hair, but I'm sure he would dig it out, play with it. Okay, I like the little tails to kind of be northeast and southwest there on this particular thing. Now see that one at the top does not want to play nicely with me. So I'm just going to force it. Let's see here. I'm going to take another blue dot, roll it up, put it down here. Can't really see it. Oh yes, you will behave. You will behave. There we go. And now we need to figure out where we're going to put this. I don't want it up in this corner because that looks like, no, it just looks weird. Don't want it down here. I thought I wanted it down here, and I think that's where it's going to have to go. It just looks a little weird. Well, I'm going to put it down here, but lightly, and then you guys have to decide, like, if it can go somewhere else better. And in the meantime, I'm going to put our sequins on. Now, we need to make sure we use these, right? So I'm going to put these on first and then sprinkle the sequins around them. I guess I want them facing a long way up and down. My gosh, those things are reflective. Wowzers. Reflective. Let's see, I lost one. Where did it go? That happens, right? It goes flicking off somewhere. Luckily, I have some. But if that happens to you, just start looking. I'm sure I'll find it. It's probably on the inside of the card or something. But for now, I'm just going to grab another one. Because I don't think you want to see me fumbling around. These are good to have, though, like I said. Because, of course, they work with anything, right? They work with all of it. Oh, my gosh. This is not showing off as pretty as it really is. That's too bad. It looks really flat. But don't worry. I'm going to help it along. I'm going to help you see how cute this is. Okay, and then take your pick tool with the putty end. That's my recommendation. And just pick a few out of here. Now I like to get these, I like to pick them up on the front side because, you know, like if you're thinking of on the concave part, so where it shapes in like a bowl, so that I can hopefully put a little bit of glue on the outside part and then stick them like that. Now come on, they're trying to be difficult. I might need some brand new super sticky putty. Thank you. Okay, that's very kind. Whoops, like I said, I'll bring it up closer and then you guys will be able to see it. Now, as well as these sequins that are in these varying shades or finishes of silver, we also have some 12 by 12 foil sheets that are kind of the same thing. You get a sheet of shiny silver, you get a sheet of brushed silver, and a sheet of matte silver. And that is also in the holiday catalog. It's not a huge picture, but I think it might even be with this suite. So take a look. You'll want it. Don't worry. Don't even ask. You're going to want some, because it might just be the perfect thing for when you're finishing up some cards or whatnot. Let me see this thing. My glue is fighting with me a little bit, which is what glue does, isn't it? Yeah, that's what glue does. It's okay. Some of these are so tiny. Like, I'm tempted, but I don't want to be frustrated. So I'm just going to go with regular size. Thank you, Darcy. I don't want those to be in a line, so. Here, I think this is what I need. I need like chopsticks, right? That's what I need. Okay, now I can see 3 matte over there, 3 of the same finish over there, so I better get a shiny one over there. Too funny. Oh man, that's reflective. Gorge. So you can see I could sit and do this all night, right? It's kind of addicting. Because I work with self-adhesive things so much, I bet a lot of you do too, that gluing these down is actually kind of fun. I need like a couple over there, and then I think I'll stop. And then I want you guys to tell me, well, now we kind of only have one place for the sentiment to be. It's just going to have to be down there. And I think it's actually okay. If I didn't have to put it all on the face of my card, I think I would probably put my sentiment on the inside. But it's not horrible. I think it just kind of takes away from the slope. But you know what? Goodness knows I've put one too many things on the front of a card before, like always. So this is totally right up my alley. Okay. Oh, I like this. I might put a few more sequins on it. Who knows? Huh. But for right now, I think it's good. And then so finally, the only thing I need is a little bit of a light color. Well, now I'm stuck because remember I decided my gray granite looked too light. How does smoky slate look? Smoky slate's awfully blue. That looks good. Okay, we're going with it. So let's do 3 3/4 by 5 so that it doesn't impede or whatever, get in the way of the original color scheme too much. And there's that. And far be it from me to not put something on the inside. So remember there's that little kind of cool thing here. Let's use that, and then let's go over it with these in a darker color. A couple of smaller blocks. Okay. I'm going to use smoky slate for a couple of these things. Let's see here. Okay. goodness. That really took over because, again, I need to use my little credit card trick. It's very fun. I can see why you guys do this month after month. This is fun. Okay, and then I'm going to use the gray, basic gray. Again, those are small. I need to do a little. Oh, those are tiny, tiny. I need to bring this over and check it out. I mean, I don't even know if I can press. Okay, I think I got it now. That's why you should always have some grid paper to try it out. Like I always say at my classes, I want your grid paper to be filthy when you leave the class. Because that means that you're practicing. Okay, fun. I like that. Now, of course, you could do this in any color combo, but see how that kind of looks like, you know, like a little clouds are forming and then snow is coming down from that. And if you are in a snowy area, you recognize that. Oh, very nice. Okay, and finally, Kathy says she can't wait to get this set now so she can case this card. Kathy, what a compliment. I appreciate that. So nice of you. Aha! See? Look. I told you it was probably going to be on the inside. I just didn't see it. It was so tiny in there. Now, let's see here. So, just eyeballing this, you could use your grid paper to get that, you know, as a cue for getting that straight. But now I've got to get this silly thing off there. It's so adhesive that the silver part held. Oh, for crying out loud. Get off there. Okay, so there's the inside. Here's the outside. Whoa, it's like a snowstorm of sequins. And lots of fun textures. So see those cool snow, the slopes that you can make with that. And so the only thing that's not in this suite, I believe, are the snowflakes. Okay, now see, remember I told you, once that glue dries, if it's still sticking, that means the glue isn't dry. So let's see, if it is dry, it'll just peel off, unless it's like a really big, you know, unless you've gone crazy with it. And even on black paper, I think it works pretty good. It might still be a tiny bit wet on that one spot, but I think I got it. Oh, I like this. And it's, you know, sometimes, like I've told you before, when you're constrained by the supplies or constrained by, you know, one of your elements, it often makes you more creative, or you do something that's kind of outside of the box for you. So I hope you find this fun. If you haven't done Chopped before, what are you waiting for? It's $7 US. You can play if you are in the UK, Australia, Canada, or again in the US. We love to have you play this, whether you are someone who subscribes and plays month after month, or somebody who just does it, you know, once in a while. Please keep it in mind, because like I said, it's very economical and it's really fun. And you get a few of the little supplies to take a look at, and then you get to use your creativity to make a card that you like. So thank you so much, everybody. It's been so nice visiting with you as always. I am going to now get off here, read your comments. Maybe I've missed a question or two. I will gladly you know, answer those as I come upon them. And other than that, please have a great night. And I'll more than likely see you on Sunday. It's not a for sure thing, but I'm pretty sure that I can do that. So I hope you guys will be around. Okay, have a great night, everybody. See you later.